And here is the Writer's Almanac for Thursday. It's the 6th of June, 2019. It's the birthday of the man who said, "A writer is someone for whom writing is more difficult than it is for other people." Thomas Mann, born in Lübeck, Germany, 1875, author of Buddenbrooks, Mario and the Magician, Dr. Faustus. It was on this date, 1889, the Great Seattle Fire destroyed downtown Seattle. Started in the basement of a cabinet shop on the corner of Front and Madison. A pot of glue was sitting on top of a stove. The glue caught fire. Over 18 hours, the blaze wiped out the downtown district and the waterfront. And a year later, Seattle had nearly been rebuilt. All the construction jobs sparked a population boom, and it grew from a town of 25,000 into a city of 40,000. The first drive-in movie theater opened on this day, 1933, Camden, New Jersey. A young man named Richard Hollingshead, Jr., inspired by the fact that his mother was a little overweight and not comfortable in movie theater seats. So he opened up a theater on Crescent Boulevard in Camden. 600 people came out on opening night, 25 cents per car. Drive-ins hit their peak in popularity in the 50s. There were almost 5,000 of them at one time. Now there are fewer than 500. It's the birthday of Alexander Pushkin, born Moscow, 1799, the father of Russian literature. Wrote lyric poetry, narrative poetry, novel, short story, drama, critical essays. Best known for his play Boris Godunov and his verse novel Eugene Onegin. In Russia today, everyone has read him, everyone can quote him. It's common for parents to say to their children, "Who do you think is going to close that door after you, Pushkin?" And it's the birthday of the poet Maxine Kumin, born Philadelphia, 1925. She trained to become an Olympic swimmer. She was offered a job when she was 18, a job with Billy Rose's Aquacade, a traveling dance and swim show. But her father refused to give his permission, so she went to Radcliffe instead and studied literature. Married an Army engineer, moved to the suburbs, raised her children, began writing light verse. She sold light verse to magazines like Ladies' Home Journal, Saturday Evening Post. The first one she sold was just 4 lines long. "There never blows so red the rose, so sound the round tomato, as March's catalogues disclose, and yearly I fall prey to." She joined a poetry workshop where she met the poet Anne Sexton, a classmate there, and they became close friends and writing peers. Maxine Kumin said, "Until the women's movement, it was commonplace to be told by an editor that he'd like to publish more of my poems, but he'd already published one by a woman that month." She had a long career as a teacher, and she often asked her students to memorize 30 to 40 lines of poetry a week so that they could become familiar with the sound of poetry, and also, she said, to give them an internal library to draw on when they are taken political prisoner. For many, this is an unthinkable concept. They simply do not believe in anything fervently enough to go to jail for it. Here's a poem for today by Anita S. Poulier, "What a Poem Means," for Jake. It means what you think it means, all that, but less. True, the words originate with intent. Intent is not meaning. Eyes flicker left, right, brain conjures, grief rises and falls, context becomes a neighborhood. You move in, new kid on the block, fight off the bullies, find a BFF. What a Poem Means by Anita S. Poulier, from her collection The Butcher's Diamond, published by Finishing Line Press and used by permission here on The Writer's Almanac. Be well, do good work, and keep in touch.